32 assists in the postseason for Connor McDavid, the most ever, passing Wayne Gretzky for the most in NHL history.
Ever.
In one single playoff.
Yeah, more than
impressive.
Gretz.
And guess what? I mean, the way the Oilers played, we could have a few more games and a couple more assists for number 97. Boiler, how would you sum up the way Connor McDavid played in this game 4?
What do you want me to say? He's unbelievable. We don't talk about him enough, to be honest. We could fill a show with just talking about what he can do. And with his speed and how he's been able to interact with different guys. I mean, take a look at the last goal, the assist he had on the second to last goal anyway. He finds people at such a high rate of speed. It's not just his feet. It's not that his hands can match his feet. His brain is the fastest thing that moves in his body. He can assess plays. I really like what he's done with, obviously he's being checked. He's being leaned on. He's being hit. I like what he's done in the media. I like his demeanor around what's gone on throughout this whole playoff season. But 32 assists, it's ungodly. It's crazy. It doesn't make any, it's why. That's a different era of scoring.
And there he is.
And it was Wayne Gretzky, and he's eclipsed that.
And the story of the final was like, well, the big guy's got to get going.
Yeah.
He's got 7 points in 4 games in the final. I know he had 4 points tonight, but it's like, he's been chipping. He's got a point, and well over a point per game. We talked about before maybe having a bit more of a shooter's mentality, and you saw him score the goal, which was nice, but you also saw him hit the post once early, taking a shot that he doesn't always take. I think just looking to shoot a bit more opens up everything else, because you ever have to respect it the way he shoots it. Well, we know how great, he's the greatest passer in the game. So if he just does that, Rupper, just a little bit more, moving his feet, looking to shoot, and then taking the passes, and when the game opens up, nobody in the league better than him.
And what I love about it, too, and great players do that. Hey, when you are on the ice, you make everybody around you better. This wasn't a game, and there'd be nothing wrong with it. They were desperate. They needed to win any way they could. This wasn't just Connor assisting to Leon or Connor assisting to Zach Hyman. Like, look at the players he got involved in this game. You look at, you got his goal. The fact that he scored that goal, I think, is huge. But then you look at his assists. Darnell Nurse, he gets Dylan Holloway going. It's just, he's out there and he had some great shifts with Warren Fogle. Like, these are things that are weapons. Now, if you can get any kind of continuation of that, now maybe you could start spreading your wealth around this lineup a little bit more. Because you remember what we've seen the last few games? We've had them, Chris Knoblauch's had to stack the deck because they haven't been able to solve Bob. Now it's like, okay, well, we've checked that box. Now we can start operating like a real hockey team now.
I wonder if in the first few minutes when he sees this game's going to have a bit more pace to it, his eyes just light up like, yes, this is right in my wheelhouse, just the way I want it. When I get in foot races, they're in trouble, and that's the way it was for him and for most of the Oilers all night.
Well, yeah, the clogged up slugfest is not, it's not ideal for him. He could still figure out ways to be effective. But we saw it. Remember in Game 3, he had that play, and I think it was in the first minute of the game. He cuts to the middle, and it wasn't a perfect shot, but he was just bringing it to the net with the speed. They've backed off him now. Zach Hyman does a great thing on his goal. He backs way off. There's a one battle, like we talked about in the D zone. They do a stretch pass to Hyman. He's going to take a hit, and he knows it. He just feathers it into an area because guess who's going to win that race? 97 every time. And he comes in with power and speed and buries it, and the place goes bananas.
You know what I love about it, too, on his goal? He's not really much of a celebratory guy, but just he knows, and you heard that in his post game. It's just they've got a little bit done here, just a little bit. Don't get too excited, and I love that. Like to me, that's a cold-blooded assassin, right? Scores his goal, mouth guard comes out, yep, nice pass, boom, boom, business as usual.